Welcome to the Good Ride. I'm James Beastie, and this is the Skyline Fuse Light 3L jacket. This is the ultralight, ultra breathable, opposite version of the ultra burly, ultra waterproof Fuse. This was sent to me for extensive testing, and I did so last spring in a wide variety of conditions. I rode it in rain, wet snow, cold and dry, and windy, and a little bit of everything in between. I compared this against the Skyline Fuse a lot, which is one of my personal favorite jackets that I wear most of the time. And this is an honest, objective review with zero brand oversight from Skyline Outerwear. And if you want to support honest, objective reviews like this, give Flower Board Shop your hard-earned cash when you're looking to buy snowboard gear, because they've earned it. They sell only snowboard gear, and they've been selling snowboard gear for a long time, helping riders out like us. They have a strong online presence, so click through our links, and if the gear is right for you, buy it there. Let's talk fit. This is a large. I'm 5'10", 195 pounds at the time I'm doing this, but I've been 185 to 195 while reviewing this. It fits me really well. I have an XL chest, a medium large torso, and medium arms, and it's a very flattering build. Look at this. It's got some room for a longer arm, but it does pretty well for my arm length. It fits my shoulders really well, and you can see there's lots of room for layering. I have put a lot underneath this on really cold days, and it did a great job. When it comes to construction, this is a very well built jacket. You can go to Skyline to get all the nitty-gritty tech details. That's not my thing. I just will say that it's incredibly well put together. The seams are perfect. It's exactly what you would expect for this price point. And what I really like about this jacket is this smooth, very thin, light, kind of stretchy outer layer right here that just feels like it sheds water so well. Let me get up here and show you. It is truly special. It's such a cool, smooth outer layer. Now let's talk waterproofing and breathability. They're saying this is 28,000 K waterproofing, 23,000 GM breathability. I would have thought this to be about 30,000 breathability, 40,000 breathability. It feels so light, so breathable. These are the Phase Light 3L pant with it, by the way. And this combination was so good in ultra hot days. This did a great job. Uphill travel, it did an amazing job at breathing and feeling light. And I rarely ever used the pit zips or the pant vents when I was doing that. This is an excellent uphill travel jacket. Now, in terms of waterproofing, I don't know if I necessarily agree with the 28K in rain riding in comparison to my ultra burly Fuse 3L jacket. And this thing has 30,000 waterproofing, 23,000 breathability, but it has 70D material instead of 40D. And this is using the Gore-Tex 3-Layer Pro membrane, which is no longer legal in most places in the United States, but they're in Canada, and the patent's expired. So this is essentially Gore-Tex Pro 3-layer with a burly outer layer, and this is just bomb-proof. I've ridden with this for 4 hours. I was out in really wet snow just the other day doing some early season uphill travel in some cold, windy, wet weather, and nothing got through it. When I tested this in cold, windy weather, I was surprised at how well it blocked wind. It's nothing like the Fuse, but for a light jacket, it did very good at wind blocking while still being very breathable, and it could handle some rain okay. The water just sheds off this, but after a while it starts to stick. So certain areas will wear through a little faster, but it's very good waterproofing. Now let's talk hood helmet compatibility. This is my Smith method with my Smith 4D Mag goggles. Helmet I wear often, and my favorite goggles of all time. You can see, even with this tightened a little bit in the back for when I was going uphill. So when I turned sideways, this just didn't go inside here. It has lots of room. And this is a medium on a large jacket, but I'm gonna stretch this back out just so you can see that if you're wearing a large helmet, this is gonna fit just fine. You can check your 6, you can look side to side. It doesn't feel restricting at all. Now, I want to talk about these cuffs because they're quite unique. You can see they have no adjustability. There is just a wrist gaiter that is very soft, very easy on the hand, and it does a very good job at fitting under a glove, or just what I like to do is putting it on your wrist. It just sits so comfortably on your wrist, doesn't feel like it's choking you. And if you want to put it up higher, closer to your forearm, it holds there and keeps this up. At first, I thought this was going to be a deal breaker for me because I always loved adjustable cuffs. I never wore the glove over the cuff, but it was nice when you're getting ready, you tighten it up right here so you can do everything really quick. I thought this would be a deal breaker for me, but it actually is really nice. And their logic behind this is they don't want Velcro here that sticks to snow and gets in your way and allows the snow to melt in that area and soak through. And it's pretty easy to get over the glove. It's not super wide like some, but you can see it does a very good job. Let's talk pit zips. They have very short pit zips right below your pits, and that's it. It doesn't go up any higher because they want you to be able to do this yourself and to have easy adjustability. So I do feel like with the regular Fuse, more so than the Fuse Light, that these pit zips don't really help me aerate things out as much, but this is so light and breathable. I rarely had too much of a complaint there. It's not a deal breaker for me. Now let's talk outer pockets. They have 4 big outer pockets. 2 here that are huge, that go from here to here, that can easily fit skins. Out of laziness, let me just take 2 skins in the bag and just put them in here and close it up. You can see there is tons of room. So if you put a skin on each side, or just put both skins in there like this. And they also double as good hand warmer pockets. If you need it, they zip down enough. And as you could probably already tell, these pockets are backpack compatible. I can get in and out of these pockets really well. The only place I feel is a little pinch right at the top here. But if I had this a little wider, it would be fine. And I really like that I'm able to access my hand warmer pockets if I need them, or my skin pockets if I want them that way, or anything else that I might put in here, like sometimes my action camera. It works great. Then you have 2 big front pockets right here for other things. They also have a little pocket in here to hold things on both sides. It's really easy to put your phone in there, but it is so big that there's still like a hand and a half of thickness before the top. So it does bounce around a little bit, but I find it very doable. And I like it on the outside versus the dedicated media pocket. It's just a touch tight, and I find it a little hard to get in and out, and I don't like unzipping my jacket to get to my phone. I'm already gonna make my hands cold if I'm on the chair, let's say, or stopping on an uphill ascent, and I want to take my gloves off, but it's easy to get the phone in and out from the front pocket, not as much from the inside. Then you have a decent sized, good, stretchy goggle pocket. The liner is really smooth. Let me see if I can show you that. It is really smooth and very light and very breathable. This is such a thin jacket and it feels good. It has a very made to go with your skin kind of feel, even though you should have first layers on underneath. You have a powder skirt with a few snaps here. They snap here, here, and here. I can merge with the face pant very well. I wish this was a zip away, but it's such a light jacket already, it doesn't matter. As you can see, there is a little problem right here happening where this is coming loose. This is a demo model, and it's actually been fixed in production to where this won't happen. So overall, I truly enjoy the Fuse Light jacket. I think the regular Fuse is more my daily driver, but this is great for me when I'm doing a lot of uphill travel in spring or warmer conditions. I love this jacket. It's also amazing for when I get free time. I can turn the camera off, take my split board out, and go have some real fun for myself. This does an amazing job. If you need waterproofing, definitely go Fuse regular. If you need breathability, definitely go Fuse Light. This can handle some wet weather, but that's not what it's mainly for. The Fuse is made for burly, cold, wet, windy weather to act as an outer barrier so your first, second, maybe even third layers do a good job keeping you warm. This is best for letting your steam out, and I'm a steamy dude, so this does an amazing job. It's one of the best pieces of outerwear I've ever tried in terms of lightweight, breathable, that kind of whole thing. Skyline as a brand makes some of the best outerwear I've ever experienced. I think they're definitely worth a look, and I really like what they're doing. The regular Fuse is my personal favorite and my daily driver. This is now my favorite spring, warmer weather, active day jacket.